Hey, thanks everybody for joining us today. Live Music Nation Podcast Festival Edition. I am with Sandra Dougherty. She's from the Vaile Society. She's the president there. Sandra, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome. Glad to do it.
Sandra, give us a little background on you. Where did you grow up, and talk a little bit about your career and then your position with the festival.
Okay. I grew up here in Independence. Even when I was a kid, loved history. I was so thrilled when I got to high school and found out there was a whole class just for history. And my career, I stayed home and took care of kids. And then my first husband became quite ill. I was a police dispatcher for almost 25 years.
Wow.
It was a fun job. It was a fun job. I retired in 2000, mainly because I was babysitting with my grandkids a lot.
Yeah.
But before that, I got involved in the Vaile Mansion just as a tour guide.
Okay.
And then as my kids got older, I didn't have once I retired, I really got involved with. So.
Okay, very good. So tell us about your events through the year and your big festivals.
Well, of course, the Strawberry Festival is always the first Saturday in June, and we're just cleaning up from Christmas. We decorate, have the house all decorated, and give tours during Christmas time. And it's been crazy this year. We were lucky. We got a lot of free publicity from the TV stations, and that always helps, So on some days, we would have like 160 people coming through the house, and that's a lot of people.
Yeah. So tell us about the Strawberry Festival. If someone were to step on campus during that, what's it look like? What's it feel like? What's it smell like? What's it taste like?
Well, the big thing is, and the Vaile Society, we do the strawberry shortcake tent. And that's always, and I have people that tell me that's what they come for. They come for the strawberry shortcake. And, but there are vendors that we have almost 4 acres. The mansion sits in the middle of it. And last year we had 80 vendors.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot of people.
That is.
And they come from all over the Midwest.
Okay.
COVID kind of put a damper on things. We weren't open for 2 years because of COVID.
Right.
And before that, we would even have, I'll never forget, I was so surprised one time I had a vendor from West Virginia. And I thought, well, that's a long way. But you got people that like to follow those festivals. That's how they, make their living. And so it's just everything from stained glass, jewelry, antique. We have a guy that, and God bless him, he does the old type kettle corn where he cooks it in the iron pot over a fire, which is pretty darn hot, usually the first Saturday in June. And he splits his winnings with us. And how generous is that?
Yeah.
And then we give tours of the house, and it's usually kind of crazy. There have been times when we had almost 500 people that went through the house. And we're talking like from 10 in the morning until 3:30. So that's a lot of people.
That is a lot of people.
Yeah. And we do entertainment. We have some entertainment. The Independence Symphony comes and plays for an hour. And but mainly people just want to walk around and look at all the booths and taste all the food. And
Exactly. Sandra, what is it for you besides the history? What is it for you that got you involved so deeply with the Vaile Mansion and the society?
You know what? Besides the history, of course, I got attached to the house. I get tickled sometimes, and my own family said, well, you live there. No, I don't live there. But you do get attached. And, it sounds so, I don't know, self-serving, but I really do think that people should help other people. And by helping keep the house open, people can come and see it. I've always liked to travel, and it's really fun. We get people that they're on, maybe a lot of them are retired, and their vacation is they like to go to historic places. And that's a lot of fun. You get to talk to people and I'm always saying, okay, what should I see if I get to your state?
Yeah.
It's fun to get that connection.
So do you ever just put in some long days and you just stay the night at the mansion?
Do what?
Yeah. Have you ever just put in long enough days where you're like, I don't want to go home, I'm just going to stay the night here? Do you ever stay overnight at the mansion?
No, because I know what, and that's one of my pet peeves is people that want to lay on the beds. It's all antique furniture. It's all antique bedspreads, and so, and believe me, we used to have during COVID, when we couldn't open, we were really strapped for funds, and
Right.
we had normals. We were letting paranormals come in on Friday and Saturday night, and of course they knew all the rules, but invariably they would want to lay on the beds and have their pictures taken, or God knows what else. And the thing of it is, all of those beds have feather mattresses, and those suckers, you can tell when someone's been laying in it. You got it. And that would always kind of hit my funny bone, because I'd call the guy in charge. I said, people been laying on that bed again, da 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 da. And he said, oh, they wouldn't do that. Well, I could show him. And here's the funny thing: people would actually put themselves on Facebook laying in the bed,
For
or
sure.
playing that they're having a tea party. These are adults, and they would take the China tea service and pretend like they were pouring it, and drink the cup, and they put it on Facebook.
What is the fine for laying on the beds at the Vaile
Well,
Mansion?
there's no fine. You just tick me off royally, and, and but it's, my God, you'd think they'd have respect.
There should,
And that
there should be a fine. You guys should make some charitable donations in their name.
that just never occurred to me, that might be a good thing.
You can name it after me. Just call it the Jake Gill fine.
Yeah, I could do that.
Because I would probably do that. Well, it's such a legendary place. It's like staying in Elvis's mansion. I can see people taking the tour, barricading them, hiding in a closet or hiding in an attic space, and then doing their paranormal study.
Yeah. Well, that's funny, that hiding in the closet. Once, years and years ago, of course, we're open from like April 1 through October 31 normally for, tourists. And this was way back when I think I was still working. And I can remember I stopped by I think I'd left something there, and I stopped by, and everybody was in thither, because they knew this one lady had come in and nobody saw her leave. And they were all about it. And it's like, okay, well, let's go start looking. Well, downstairs there's no closets, but upstairs were the bedrooms and the library and blah blah. So we started going through closets. She went in the closet, and finally someone thought to look under the bed, and it was the Vaile's bedroom. And the reason why they could tell she was under is because it was so dusty they could see where she slid under.
Oh.
And under the bed, asleep. It's like pretty crazy. So anyway,
So here's my next question for you. How often does the mansion get a deep cleaning?
Deep cleaning. That's
So
not
you probably dust weekly, right? Dust and vacuum weekly.
have a cleaning service.
Okay.
And a lot of us, it's like, everybody has their pet peeves. My thing was we have 9 marble original fireplaces. I cannot see when they're dusty. So I bring my own Swifter, and that's. And then another one of my pet peeves is flies on the windowsill. But you don't really see them unless you're looking, because the whole house has shutters. They're the original wood, shutters. And so if you open those shutters, oh my God, it's terrible. So that's my pet peeve. So sometimes I'll bring my own little sweeper and go around all the flies. But a deep cleaning, I don't know. I think our service does a really good job.
Yeah. So it doesn't get to that point. Yeah.
They really do. I appreciate what they do.
Very good. Very good. All right, Sandra, 2 more questions. I'm a live music guy. I'm always in entertainment down the road. So I always ask these 2 questions. In your lifetime, Sandra, what is the best concert you've ever seen in your life?
Oh my gosh. The best concert. Does Riverdance count?
Yes. Yes, of course it does.
I love classical music. My husband and I used to have tickets, to the chamber music. But really, I just thought that, and the first Riverdance 25 years ago, when Michael Flatley was still dancing. Absolutely. And it was just impressive. And I'll never forget, we took my 3-year-old grandson, which I was really against it, because damn, those tickets were expensive. And I can remember, and he was fascinated. And to this day, and here he is, 28 years old now. So if he gets a chance, he will, if Riverdance, they came out their 25th anniversary.
Yep.
And they're able to watch that. So he was 3 years old.
There you go. Very good. Very good. Well, Sandra, from the Vaile Society and the Vaile Mansion Strawberry Festival, thank you so much for being on with us today. I appreciate it.
Oh, Thank you. Anytime we can get free publicity, I love it. Thank you.
Absolutely. You're welcome. Thanks, Sandra.
Uh-huh. Bye-bye.
Well, baby,